Welcome to another enlightening episode on real estate education. Today's knowledge-packed session is brought to you by the Center for Real Estate Education, recareercenter.com. In this episode, we'll be unraveling the complexities of real estate agency disclosure rules. These rules are the bedrock of transparency in real estate transactions, and understanding them is crucial for any budding real estate professional. So buckle up as we dive into the world of disclosure rules in real estate. To start with, understanding the objectives of disclosure is crucial. Disclosure in real estate isn't just about sharing information. It's about transparency, protection, and promoting fair dealings. Let's begin with transparency. Transparency is the cornerstone of any real estate transaction. It ensures all parties have access to essential information about the property, from its condition to any past or potential issues. This open sharing of information is crucial to building trust and making informed decisions. Next, we have protection. Disclosure rules are designed to protect both the buyer and seller. For the buyer, disclosure provides vital information that can impact their decision to purchase and the price they're willing to pay. For the seller, disclosure can protect them from future legal disputes by ensuring the buyer is fully aware of the property's condition before the purchase. Finally, the promotion of fair dealings. Fairness is paramount in real estate transactions. Disclosure rules ensure that neither party has an unfair advantage due to hidden information. It levels the playing field, ensuring that all parties are on equal footing. In essence, the objectives of disclosure are all about creating a healthy, transparent, and fair real estate market. It's about ensuring that all parties involved in a transaction have the information they need to make informed decisions. It's about protection, fairness, and trust. With these objectives, the disclosure rules aim to create a level playing field in the real estate market. Now let's move to the seller-agent disclosures. A seller agent has a unique responsibility to both inform and protect. They are charged with disclosing pertinent information about the property that can impact a potential buyer's decision. This includes the revelation of any known defects in the property, whether it's a leaky roof, faulty wiring, or a less than stellar foundation. But the disclosures don't stop at the property line. The seller agent also needs to inform potential buyers about neighborhood issues that may affect the property's value or the buyer's enjoyment of it. This might be an upcoming zoning change, a planned highway expansion, or even a noisy neighbor. Finally, the seller agent must be transparent about financial expectations. This means providing an accurate estimate of closing costs, an understanding of the seller's desired timeline, and a clear explanation of any contingencies in the selling contract. Thus, a seller agent plays a pivotal role in providing key information to potential buyers. On the other side of the transaction, we have the buyer agent disclosures. The buyer agent's role is crucial in ensuring transparency throughout the real estate transaction process. One of the significant responsibilities of a buyer agent is to disclose the buyer's financial situation. This includes the buyer's readiness and capacity to purchase the property. The agent must also disclose the buyer's intentions. Are they planning to live in the property, flip it, or use it as a rental? This information can greatly influence the seller's decision-making process. Another crucial aspect of buyer agent disclosures involves any potential issues with the buying process. This could be anything from difficulties securing a mortgage to potential legal issues, or even personal circumstances that might delay the process. In essence, the buyer agent's duty is to provide the seller with a clear picture of the buyer's ability and intention to purchase the property. A buyer agent, therefore, ensures that the seller is well informed about the buyer's position. What happens when an agent represents both parties? Enter the dual agent disclosures. In real estate, there are times when one agent ends up representing both the buyer and the seller. This is what we call a dual agency. The dual agent is in a unique position, straddling a fine line between two parties with potentially conflicting interests. But despite this delicate balance, the dual agent must provide full disclosure to both parties. A dual agent must disclose to both parties that they are working for them simultaneously. They must also ensure that the transaction is fair and equitable. They are prohibited from favoring one party over the other. Their role is to facilitate the transaction, ensuring that both parties are informed and satisfied. This is where the importance of impartiality and equal representation comes in. A dual agent must be completely transparent, disclosing all relevant information to both the buyer and the seller. Being a dual agent demands a delicate balance and complete transparency. Lastly, we have the facilitator disclosures. Now you might be wondering, what is a facilitator in a real estate transaction? Well, a facilitator, also known as a transaction broker, assists the buyer and the seller in reaching an agreement but does not represent either party. Their role is, quite literally, to facilitate the transaction. But even though they're not representing anyone, they still have some important information to disclose. They need to clearly explain their role to both parties involved. They're not there to provide advice or represent interests, but to handle the logistics of the deal. Facilitators must disclose that they are providing a limited service compared to a seller or buyer's agent. They're there to aid in paperwork, communication, and other administrative tasks. They have an obligation to treat both parties honestly and fairly, but their fiduciary duty doesn't extend beyond that. A facilitator, while not representing any party, still has disclosure obligations to fulfill. So there you have it, the key points about real estate agency disclosure rules. We've explored the objectives of disclosure, aiming for transparency and trust in every transaction. We've delved into seller-agent disclosures, which protect the seller's interests while maintaining ethical standards. Then, buyer-agent disclosures, ensuring that buyers are fully informed and their interests are safeguarded. We've also touched on the intricate dynamics of dual-agent disclosures, where one agent represents both parties, and the need for clear, upfront communication in these cases. Lastly, we discussed facilitator disclosures, where an agent facilitates the transaction without representing either party. These rules are not just guidelines, they are crucial in ensuring fair, transparent, and ethical real estate transactions. They shape the landscape of real estate, promoting trust, integrity, and professionalism. Remember, knowledge is power, especially in real estate. Until next time, keep learning and growing.